All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Nana, episode 5. We
Right.
got the backstory for both of them now. But if you want to give us more backstory
a
for
little
Nana,
bit more of that, band Nana
that'd
backstory.
be
Also,
really
because
nice.
of that music, that original music, that's really good shit right there.
Yes.
Really like to have a little bit more of that.
Absolutely.
So that was pretty good.
Every time we go through the OP, now it's taking me back to that like early 2000s time when it's like, yes, when I first got introduced to anime and I don't really understand why the words aren't exactly like grammatically correct, but it's done with such gusto that I don't care,
God, yeah. I really, really like her story, but I really need more like personal, intimate moments of seeing her internal thoughts and also having her dialogue be less about remembering things for the sake of exposition. So if we can get that here before we end up catching up to the present, that would be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Oh, yeah. The light is out.
それは恋とかときめきだとか甘い響きは似つかわしくない。
Are we gonna get a slow song from Nana?
俺東京行くからお前はお前の好きに生きりゃいいさ
Be confirming just in case it wasn't clear.
Yeah.
This is a breakup.
Yeah.
ほら、お前覚えてない。俺とレンが前のバンド
More, do you remember?
よく一緒に対バンしてたトラップネスト。
トラップトラネスあの異様に歌がうまいボ
Oh.
Oh shit.
Oh, they're joining a different
shit.
band.
プロ目指すっつって。
Oh
メンバー全員
damn.
で上京してってさ。
And they're
こ
recruiting
の度メ
Ren.
ジャーデビューが決まったらしい。
Oh, wait, maybe not. Hold on.
いざこざがあってギターのやつが抜けたらしくてさ。
Yep.
メ
Here
ンバ
we
ー
go.
全員
Oh
の強い希望
shit.
Yep. Here we
レンに
go.
指がかかったってわけだ。レンは今朝からプロデューサーやら会いに東京行ってるけど、ギターの腕はテープで認めてもらえてるし、顔見せみたいなもんだ。決まったも同然だよ。
Damn.
Yeah.
これからって時にそんな
心配するな。ベース弾けるやつなんかいくらでもいるから。すぐ新しいメンバー見つかるって。
Gotcha. So the band isn't entirely
なんか
breaking
納
up.
得いかねえよこんな
But
の
it might.
Yeah.
なんかすっげえ裏切られた気分だ
Yeah, I understand that. But it's the same thing as someone like.
Everyone else would be excited for you if it happened to you. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Even
Yeah.
though it would suck.
どんなに努力しても運のないやつは5万といるんだ。レンにはそうなってほしくないよ。せっ
Nice.
かく月が巡ってきたんだ。何が何でも
Yeah.
やるべきだよ。
It's a great opportunity.
サウンドも見てくれも花があるし、あれにレンが加わりゃ勝ったようなもんよ。
He's that last little rose on top.
東京行きたきゃ行けよ。でもレンの邪魔するな。
Yeah, live your own
お前
life.
寺島旅館の跡取り息子だろ。
Damn. Okay, so you're
だか
already
ら
like
こそ就
super
職決まん
set.
なくても、
Yeah, you don't need to do anything.
Yeah.
Damn.
プロ目指すなんて甘い夢見ないでアート告げよ。バンドは遊びでやりゃいいじゃねえか。
でも
And if it's just for you having a good time, don't take away from other people when it's their
Their
livelihood.
moment, yeah.
出てくつもりか
We'll see. That's their thing.
そんな人聞き悪い言い方するなよ。
じゃあ連れてけよ
なんだよそれ。捨ててくとか連れてくとか。
Yeah, what's your
ナナはレ
deal?
ンの飼い猫じゃねえぞ。
Exactly.
立派に自立した一人前の女だろ。一緒に来たきゃ行くだろうよ。
And if she doesn't, she'll make her own way.
Yeah.
ナナまで東京行っちまったら、さすがにブラストは解散だな。そしたら俺はもう足を洗うよ。ちょっと名残惜しいけど、潮時だ。
This is cool. We're getting this
お前
before
は
we
新
get
しいバン
Nana's
ド仲間
stuff.
でも探せよ。ノブ。
Okay.
But until that time, we are just gonna look for another bass player. Yep.
Yep.
ノブお前俺らとバンド組まねえなんで今
Still
のバンド
back
は
in the past
解
as
散
kids
だよ
and
解
stuff.
散もうダメあいつらやる気ねえんだもんベースも弾けるしお前ギターやれよ
He's like, me?
ああでも1年半もブランクのあるやつが使い物になるか
Yeah, you need to prove it, you know?
それでボーカルは誰がやるの問題はそれなんだよなできれば女がいいな僕もうむさ苦しいのは嫌
そうね。歌唱力はまあ人並みでいいから、ピンさんがいいな。
That definitely helps.
早速パシリかよ。女ならレンの周りにいっぱいいるじゃん。
Oh.
バカ言うなお前。俺が突っ込んだ女なんかメンバーにしてみろよ。
Oh.
トラブルの元じゃね
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
お友達来てるわよ。大崎さん、こっちお友
Oh,
達でいいかし
what do you know?
女か。
べっ
Oh,
ぴんか。
yeah.
でも前に紹介したことあるじゃん。
Uh,
7だよ。
that guy.
Yep.
Oh, oh,
ノブオ、これ借りてた CD ありがとう。
あ、
じゃあお邪魔しました。
oh. Hey.
おい、
いや
7。ノブ、お前ら一緒にカラオケ行ったことある？あいつ歌うまい。
We must find out.
I'm gonna go grab her.
あの日から私は
And he chased after her.
今を
Nice.
放つ引力で高鳴る潮騒のようだ。
Mm-hmm.
7、俺のバンドで歌って。
Oh, she's so little. Jeez.
溢れた思いが恋になる。
Oh. Damn.
And it just goes right into it.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So she's kept that on her microphone because of that moment.
そうだ、羨ましいか？
I graduated.
見ろ、制服のボタンも完売だぜ。さすがブラストのギタリスト。第2ボタンなんていくらで売れたと思う？
金取るな。うせなチビ。私は忙しいんだ。
嘘つけ。超暇そうじゃんこの店。どういう風に忙しいの？
だから読書にな。あんたも漫画ばっか読んでないで、たまには活字読め。
Manga has words in it. What is that? That slander.
東京で新しいメンバー探してさ。で、7の歌はいけると思う。めちゃめちゃうまいとかじゃないけど、独特のハスキーでなんかそれにかけてみたくなったんだ。
ありがとうノブ。でも私は行かない。
なんで？お前レンと離れちまって平気なの？レンはお前がついていっても邪魔に思ったりしないって。
Ah.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
で飯が食えるようになりたい。
だから東京行こうって。
今は嫌。
なんでだよ。
I want these two to stick together, even if.
力でちゃんと歌えるんだって自信つけて、いつか
Awesome.
必ず一人でも東京に行く。
俺のギター以外では歌いたくないか。
いや別に。
俺のギター以外では。
いや別に。
No, no, no.
I hope that friendship stays strong.
Yeah.
やった手作りケーキだ。モテモテだね私は。食おう。
毒入りかもよ。実は俺のファンからで、あの女レンとできてんじゃないの。信じまえケーキ。
毒味しろよ。
Yeah, yeah. You try, you fuckhead. Yeah.
あまりに突然で目を閉じるのも忘れた。
Oh, and that's when they actually started dating.
これで身に覚えもできたし、殺されてもいいかな。
Oh. Oh, damn. This man has some riz, like, yeah. She's like, oh fuck, I wouldn't mind dying right now either. Damn.
すぐに二人で暮らし始めた。
Damn, all these little elements of
何をしてあげられただろう。こ
oh.
のまま別に歌なんか歌えなくなっても、レンと一緒に東京へ行って、レンのためにせめて毎日
Wow, she's thinking just like other Nana. Wow.
Yep.
レンの子供を産んで、
Oh. No, not that.
そうするべきなのかもしれない。
Oh, no, no.
荷物それだけ？おう、俺にはギターとタバコさえあればいい。
嘘嘘。宅配便で全部送っちゃったんだよ。重いの嫌だとか言って。
Yeah, that's what they do in Japan. Oh, yeah, of course. He just couldn't cry in front of her.
さよならは言わなかった。だけど離れて暮らすことは二人にとって致命的なのは分かってい
I
た。
love they're giving us little like like plays on the ED in this moment, but it's not the full ED, you know?
Right.
レンが言葉にできない寂しさを夜ごと私の中で吐き出しているのを感じていたから誰よりも深く感じていたのに、メリークリスマスブラストです。今でも時々
Yeah, with the new
bass,
new
yeah.
bassist,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
のいないこの日常が全て夢の中
All
の
of it felt like a dream too. Wow. Here waiting for you. Na, na, na,
And then you met her.
na, 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 na.
Yeah.
Damn, yeah. Yeah, it is.
誰かあの人を温めてあげてね。
Oh!
5月の20歳の誕生日には頑張った自分にプレゼントを買いに行こ
To get to
う。
Tokyo.
東京までの片道
Yeah.
切符。手荷物はギターとタバコさえあればいい。
I lied. I mailed myself a lot.
Well, I think for her, she really might have.
And now we get it.
Yeah.
Fuck, this ED is gonna be the death of me, man. I'm
The
already
slow,
like,
sad
I
EDs.
can't- I can't hold
I
back the tears,
cannot
man.
champion them enough.
So many bullshit melodramatic things were things I was like preparing myself for with their like
Yeah.
they're split, and now I'm like, shit. No, they're just
Yeah, it
slightly
wasn't-
flawed. They're just flawed people just doing
Yep.
their best to make this whole thing. I was waiting for like him to be like, you know, out as like a liar or some kind of
Just an
other
asshole or
bullshit,
something.
and it's just
Yeah.
like, nope. It was genuine.
And I love that. Nobuo went and chased after him, and
To
yeah,
see
of course
that,
he's
yeah.
crying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Nana dropping a banger episode here,
Yep.
giving us an emotional end to the relationship between these two characters, Ren and Nana. And while I love that we got now the slower paced episode that we were always wanting here.
And they spent it all for this. Like,
All for this. That's exactly what we wanted. It hurts so bad.
God.
There was so many moments where it was just like, oh man, this is something that I could never have asked for. I could never have asked for more, and I got exactly what I wanted,
Yep.
and more. And
Holy shit.
man, there were so many little moments with Nana that put me into her shoes and her heart, and I was able to feel it. So
I
strongly.
loved the moments of vulnerability that we got in this episode, and in the places where I didn't always expect it. I really like the dynamic between Nana and Nobuo.
Nobuo, yeah.
Like that was awesome when he went to go see her at her workplace, and and he says all this stuff, and she's like, yeah, but I want to hear that from him, and the fact that someone as tough as her felt comfortable crying in front of him, like that. This show has done a fantastic job of making me care about these characters in a very short amount of time.
Right.
And yet, Nana might be the only character that we see moving forward.
True.
Other than maybe Ren, at
Potentially.
some point down the road, right?
Yeah.
That
We'll
thing
see.
could be completely done, and yet I don't want it to be because since I'm sure that this show is going to it has already brought lots of pain, but that's mostly been in the past. I'm sure that it will bring plenty of pain in the present
future, yeah.
and in the future.
Yeah.
But I want.
I want all the best things for these characters.
Yes.
And I'm fully invested now on both ends of things. But in some ways, I'm just impressed how quickly I became invested in Nana or Band Nana's story, because Ren is one of those classic archetypes of where he's the paragon guy who came from nothing and somehow beat all the odds, and he feels like the main character in his own
Right.
kind
Of course,
of
he's
anime.
going to be a star. And all
Of course he's going to be a star. Of course, he's going to be so damn attractive to Nana. But then I was waiting for the other shoe to drop. I was waiting for the moment where the betrayal happened, where the lie would be told, where
he was a shitty
facade,
person the whole
facade
time,
would be revealed, the mask would drop. And while that could be a thing that comes about later, I think right here we've made very clear that if anything, it might be that he makes some mistakes in the future or something like that, or he does some things that are, judgment calls and stuff. But right now, this was pure. This was love. This was genuine. This was his thing. He did actually want the family. And he
Yep,
actually
yep, yep.
asked her back then, and she
yeah.
was like,
Oh, yeah.
no. And so now in this episode, as she's realizing, wait, no, what can I
Maybe-
do to keep him here? What can I do to make sure
What
that
if?
this doesn't...
Yeah.
Maybe I could do this family thing. And it's like,
Yeah.
fuck, that's what it is that sometimes we end up realizing that there's people in our lives that we would sacrifice anything for because we love them. But when things are good, when things are great, we start thinking like, no, I actually don't really want to do that. That's not really who I am. I've dealt with all this other stuff, and that's good boundaries and stuff. But then you realize, oh, I was holding on to this and there was a bit of dependency in this relationship. So now I'm actually willing to compromise my boundaries and go into the areas that I'm not really comfortable with because I'm terrified of the thought of losing this person. And that's so real.
Oh yeah. And, like with the so Cheery Nana has been hurt by people in the past, right? And that's a very integral part to her current character, and then as a result of that, her journey, right?
Yeah.
With Nana O, we have been told, and we can see just through who she is, that she has also been hurt by a lot of people.
Yep.
And so for both of these main characters, there are there's the idea of can they trust, right?
Yeah.
You know, that's very much like a present thing. And so I think that's where we get this idea that like we're expecting the trust to be broken because it's a part of the backstory to reinforce the fact that they have been hurt and continue to have been hurt, and so then that informs the present, right?
Right.
But yes, they have been hurt, but the thing that makes it so tough is that it's not from someone that was like
malevolent
or anything like that,
or even really being like blasé about
no
them.
Yeah, exactly.
No, they
right?
care.
Like,
They each deeply care about
deeply cared, and yet oh hey, this thing happens and suddenly you realize
life's
you're
taking me this way.
Yeah, and that you're no longer going in the same direction, and
And it hurts, but
and it hurts.
sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
You have to let go.
Yeah, like in the same way that even though Nana
It's
was
not
like
a permanent thing necessarily, but it's still the reality of what needs to be done.
Yep, and because it feels so inevitable and yet so torturous, right? Like
because the girls are dependent. They have not been able to fully become interdependent. They each have their own mirrored dependency that they have for their respective men in their life. There's reasons for that, and there's very reasonable reasons for that.
100%.
But it's still an unhealthy dynamic.
Right.
And it is something where I can't blame them or the guys in this situation because it's this is just the reality of things here.
Yep.
I want to make progress in this area here. I would like you to come along with me. They both made the offer in their own respective ways.
Right.
But there was also very much an underlying bit of trauma that each of these women brought into the dynamic because they're realizing, I don't see myself with as a valuable person or as very high, like as someone that would be a helpful person to them. I see myself as someone that would be a burden to them. So I can't burden them by doing this. But that's the problem inherently.
Like if Nana O had, and it's not her fault at all that she hadn't.
No.
If she had been able to resolve the trauma of her childhood and her upbringing, both from her mother and from her grandma, and then also her dad,
and
right?
then also the school stuff and everything.
Then
obviously,
maybe,
then it would be easier.
Well,
but,
right. Then maybe it could have been something where, the idea of actually, making a family together wouldn't have been something that she would have been so averse to. And then maybe they could have stayed together. And the thing is, the fact that she was averse to that is not a problem, right? But it causes pain because that's where you are, that's who you are, that is something that you don't truly want for yourself, and so it would be a disservice to you to believe that
compromise your boundaries.
To compromise your boundaries. And yet as a result of that means that you won't be with Ren anymore, right? And so it's this horrifically painful thing, while at the same time having the most painful bit of all, the hope that this might actually be for the better in the end. And so you can't just like,
Yeah.
take it lying down. You have to get back up and keep going because there is a path forward. That's why you're doing this in the first place, right? Otherwise, she would have just been like, yeah, even though it's not really what I want, I'll go with you. We'll do our family thing over there, and that'll be it. So I absolutely love this. I feel like this sets up like her character so well for whatever we get in the future of this show, and while at the same time making this backstory that we got not be something that has to be in a vacuum that never comes up again. Right.
And also, my favorite thing about all of this, while this is a very dramatic story here, this is all in the context that these are young people having relationships that are less than 2 years long. Like in the scale of like life and things like that, that's not a long relationship.
Nope.
It's something where I absolutely get that it was real, and it was probably the first time Nana has felt genuine love.
Oh yeah.
But no, that's
right. That's why
in a year you could find someone just as amazing or just as wonderful or even more loving than Ren.
Maybe
life is
on
like
the train to Tokyo.
Maybe on the train to Tokyo. We'll see.
Right?
I'm happy for the long burn, slow burn relationship of whatever their relationship becomes.
But goddamn, there will be some pain and suffering along the way.
Yeah. But I'm just really glad that the show decided to use the parallels of these women have so much room and opportunity for growth together because they share such a similar struggle.
Right, while being so fundamentally different.
While being so fundamentally different, and it's to become interdependent. So we start off with them as dependent, and now we have them moving to Tokyo not to live with their respective men, but to live together.
Yep.
Then finding independence, even though they're probably going to lean a little bit of dependence on each other.
Oh, for sure.
We'll get there eventually if that becomes a problem.
And leaning on people around you, that's not a bad thing. That is a very good thing.
No. Don't twist my words. What I'm making the point is that they're making the independent choice to go to Tokyo alone. That's independence. But the growth hasn't happened yet.
Exactly. It is a beginning of that path, but the walking of that path will be where the independence actually takes root.
Right. And then from there they can leave independence and go into interdependence and thus become fully healthy, realized people.
Yep.
Which is never gonna hit with some kind of full milestone here, but that's just what the path of adulthood is realizing that dependency and independence are both they're both pitfalls on the road of life, which is no, you're going to have times where you're dependent on others, and you're gonna have times where you're completely independent or you're mostly independent. So finding the wiggle room there and leaning on each other like you're saying will be a really cool path forward. But next episode, y'all, we're going to be skipping. It's a recap episode, apparently, with no reaction value or stuff like that. We'll just watch it on our own time. Won't be a part of the channel and stuff. But, really, really emotionally deep, solid episode.
This hit hard. And that ED, every goddamn time that it comes on, it like, with each episode, it just gets more and more powerful. Like,
I could not tell you how much these types of romantic relationships and stories are like some of my favorites, because I think the power of a romantic positive end is something that kind of makes you go, I'm glad. But in a lot of ways, the ones that have the most emotion for me are the stories where two people are pulled apart by environment, fate, dreams, goals, all the externals and internals that are they cannot be judged. They are just the things of the world and things of life, and thus the choice is I would love to keep doing this with you, but life is pulling me this way. And I need this. Like, this is a part of who I am. I would love to do life with you, but I don't think this is what you want either. And it's like, no. So those types of stories always resonate with me on a deeper emotional level, I think, than the happy romance stories.
Yeah.
It goes all the way back to like Fox and the Hound kind of stuff. It's
Yeah.
the same kind of thing, but you know that the potential of their lives separate is so large and unknown and wonderful because they're going to grow so much from the springboard of what they learned together. So
the happy romances for me are the emotional pick-me-ups where it's the, okay, awesome, that's great, and that's the thing to strive for and all that.
Right.
But the unhappy romances are the ones where it's the, okay, think about this one. Like
learn from this.
Learn from this one.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is one particular flavor of the, oh hey, people get pulled apart and things like that, and or just the general, they don't get the happy ending, right?
Yeah.
And that shit sucks. So any ways that we can prepare ourselves for it, without actually going through it, is like, good.
Yeah, definitely. Oh fuck. But I love Nana O. She's a fantastic character. There were so many details of things in this episode to showcase their journey and their life. Talking about Nana and Ren here, but I loved the. I don't know how to describe it, but basically the drama of having this wonderful thing in that crucial kind of post beginnings of adulthood kind of phase of your life that then takes root deep within you and defines a massive portion of your life, but doesn't enslave you or restrict you in any way.
Yeah.
It, if anything, just becomes this beautiful, perfect memory,
right,
that you then carry with the pain, with the beauty, with the love, and all of it, and
you have no idea how good of a thing you have, right, until suddenly it's gone, and you're like,
it's just a memory.
Oh, it's just a memory, and you're like, fuck, why didn't I properly appreciate and cherish every second while I had it?
I will spend the rest of my life cherishing those precious and pure moments and stuff.
Yeah.
And thus it's the moment for me of her running and just immediately collapsing in tears, and then realizing that because you could look at this through a slightly different lens and think, fuck this guy, he's just abandoning her and stuff. And it's like, no.
But and I like why that was brought up.
Yeah.
By
Nobuo.
By Nobuo, and then Ren having Yasu having a response to it of, what do you mean? She's not his pet.
Yeah, exactly.
Like she'll
Yasu,
be fine, but this sucks.
She just has to choose. Yeah,
exactly.
And that's the thing.
Right up until the last moment, it's like she was staying in the train because there was that part of her that's like, I could just stay here, I could go with him, and then right as the door's leaving, she's like, no, I have to go.
Yeah. I would regret it for the rest of my life. I have to improve as a performer. And I think there's this unspoken thing that she's thinking in this moment here as he leaves on the train and stuff is, okay, so if I then get good enough, if I improve enough, if I become worthy of him, I'll be able to come back into his life and maybe have a chance here. And the problem is that that's not realistic.
Right, and
that's not communicated also to him at all.
Nope.
As far as he's concerned here, he's probably thinking, fuck, I'm never going to see her again. Or even if I do, this is it.
Yep.
It's over.
And I think from her perspective, even if that is a thing that's there, I think it's something that she's not even communicating to herself, right?
Well,
like
maybe.
It
depends on what you define as communicating to herself. Because I treated myself at the present to then have a one-way ticket to Tokyo. We'll have to go back and rewatch maybe some of the first episode here, but there's very little reason, I would say, for her to go to Tokyo other than to see Ren.
Well, I think it's because she mentioned before, she's like, yes, I would like to go to Tokyo, but if I went now, I would just stay with Ren. And I can't do that. And so it's okay, good. I've achieved that independence, right? I bettered myself as a performer so that I can do this as my own thing.
You know what she wants?
To be a music rival?
No. I just realized something. Holy shit.
What?
Holy shit. Because the thing
don't keep me in suspense here.
No. I'm going to build up to it. I'm going to keep everybody in suspense here.
Okay.
But one of the things I noticed was that she started adopting his clothing style. She took on a couple of the things of his look from when they had the moment with the scarf and everything and the CD. She then ends up remembering so fondly the moment where she saw him and had that like moment of watching him perform and just being like, I was transfixed. I had all this rush of feelings and that's never been gone. And then she ends up kind of mirroring the way that he went to Tokyo as well. She wants to go to Tokyo, perform at a place, have him see her in the crowd, and have the moment for him looking at her.
Sure.
And it'll be the moment where she's like, I did it.
Yeah.
I've
Oh,
now
man.
given him the same kind of,
Right.
like, look at me. Look, I did it, right? That was my story. That was my warehouse. That was my...
Exactly. That was my origin.
That was my origin.
Yeah.
And she can do that same thing for him.
And the thing is, I could absolutely see that happening in the story, and yet it not meaning that they get back together,
Exactly,
right?
right.
And I think she would be okay with that, and yet it would be a revisiting of this kind of pain, while at the same time it being this wonderful victory. Right,
because then they could have a smoke together outside. They could hold each other.
Yep.
They could have that moment where it's like, Bug, you really did it.
Yeah.
Look at you. Your voice is more beautiful than ever.
Right.
I can see just life coming out of every bit of you as you move and own that stage.
Oh, yeah.
And yet it's like, and I've been really loving to see your, whole life of things there. And
our lives are still going their separate ways.
Right.
But
yeah.
Every now and then we'll look from the different train tracks that we're on.
Yeah.
And we'll give that little nod and smile. Right?
Yeah.
Like this show is going to hurt me. It has already hurt me, and it's going to keep going. But I'm going to love it.
That's something. It felt like it was like a glimpse into the future. I was like, oh shit, the style that she did, the way in which she kind of narrated doing things the same way as how she left Tokyo.
If she makes some like big debut or or performance or whatever, and he sees a thing of Nana lead singer, and he's absolutely going to go to that performance.
I just can't wait for the on a sillier note, I can't wait for Shoji and Ren to meet.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you were going to say bubbly Nana.
No. Obviously, that's a whole thing. But I just love this really silly picture of like, you want a light? Yeah, sure. So how did you get it mixed up with all this? Boy, I could tell you. It's a story. It's like, oh, you too?
So both our exes are dating now. Yep.
I mean, that could be a way for it too. But yeah, I'm ready, y'all. But
oh my God.
I don't know.
Yeah, you think you're ready. You hope you're ready.
Yeah.
Just like Nana.
Yeah. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, which will be episode 7, not the episode 6 recap, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out my Baldur's Gate 3 Let's Play on Twitch. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.